Well, economic empowerment for women high on the agenda of the second day of the ASEAN Women's Business Conference at the PICC. Let's get an update from there. Michelle Ong joins us on the line for the latest. Michelle, I've been watching all these IG stories and also all these posts on social media on that meet. Pretty exciting where you're at.
Exactly, Carmina. Well, actually, this forum that we're attending today is hosted by Australia and Philippines. It's women's economic empowerment, the next driver of ASEAN success. You know, if you look at the numbers, they tell you a story. And the story is there's just so much potential to tap if you're going to give if you're only going to give women the chance to shine in the business world. 51% of the population of ASEAN is actually women. That's about 315,221,414 women in this region. Imagine if every one of those women get a chance to excel in the business and economic space. They have a few numbers here, and very staggering numbers here. In fact, the average gender gap in labor participation is at 19%. The long-term economic cost of not giving women the chance to shine in the business community is actually 17% of ASEAN GDP. So you know that around 70% of women-owned SMEs are either underserved or unserved by the financial sector, by the financial services there, with a gap estimated at around $285 billion. And if you only give women an equal opportunity as men have, you could see a 30% boost in the economic GDP of Southeast Asia. Very, very big numbers. As you know, Australia is the co-host of this forum, and they were able to give us a picture there of women empowerment in Australia. Do you know that the gender gap in their labor force remains high at 10.4%. Across industries there, women are paid less than men. But here in the Philippines, it's a different story. We're actually among the outperformers when it comes to women empowerment. We rank high at number 7 when it comes to WEF's Global Gender Gap Report. Out of 144 countries, we are number 7, very far from Vietnam's 65th spot, Myanmar's 85th spot, and Indonesia's 88th spot. And according to the World Bank 2015 report, 30% of the companies here in the Philippines have top management that includes women. So very good showing there from the Philippines. And I was just talking to the Australian ambassador for women and girls, and she was saying that the women in the Philippines actually see a higher pay than men. She's giving me a 0.6% higher pay than men here in the Philippines. But you know what? We shouldn't be sitting on our laurels. Lots of work needs to be done, especially in the MSME sector, where around 61 million women in ASEAN actually operate and own MSMEs. And we do know that this MSME represent a very rich share of employment generation. Here in the Philippines, it's about 99% of your workforce. So really, we need to help the women in MSME as well excel. Lots of opportunities there. We also heard from DTI Undersecretary Zenaida Maglaya share some initiatives for women here in the Philippines. You know that the Go Negosyo Act of 2015 was actually restructured, the restructuring of the composition of the MSME Council to include representatives from the Philippine Commission on Women. So obviously Philippines leading the conversation on women empowerment. So we have a whole afternoon's worth of activities still ahead of us. Very exciting conversations from here. Carmina?
Well, Michelle, as you said, we're doing pretty well, but we shouldn't stop there. Thanks a lot, Michelle, for joining us this afternoon. Well, you've all been waiting for this. Another long